Alright, so today we're back to take another look at one of these stacked and blended pedals that I haven't done in a while, and we're going to use a few Digitech pedals, kind of released around the same time, I believe. They're released advertised together, which is the Hothead, Distortion, and the Death Metal, just call it Extreme Metal pedal there. So this one has level, low, high, gain controls. This one has level, low, mid, high, and then no gain, because they assume that you just want it to the maximum there. So let's go ahead and get into this. I'm running my LTD MH1001 straight into the death metal pedal, then into the Hothead, and then going into the front end of the Simplifier, which has got Marshall settings. Preamp, post-amp, kind of low gain, 412s, greenbacks and stereo there. So let's go ahead and see what this sounds like. Let's do the Hothead first. So, kind of a thin distortion through the Simplifier. I think it sounds a little bit better through the actual amp that I use in my little studio space here. Let's hear what the death metal pedal sounds like. At the very least, it's much fuller sounding. What happens when we throw the Hothead on after this. When you hear that, it almost sounds like it got thinner. Like it's fuller without it. And then that. You boost the level and the gain. It gets louder, but I don't know that that's really any better. Yeah, that high control going up is too much. Low control's a little too boomy. Let's see, if I adjust anything on this, will it make a difference? Level, not really, it just sounds like it's clipping a little harder maybe. A little bit lighter, a little bit thinner, a little low control. Yeah. Yeah, it's really like glitching out hard with that high control up there. That's crazy. That's wild. I wasn't getting that before. Bring it back to reality. Oh, and that's the sound that you're left with too when you turn it off like that. So, not liking that. I can say myself, let's pull everything out, switch them around here. So death metal into Hothead, not sounding that great. Let's flip them around though. Let's do the death metal pedal, and then we'll do the Hothead. Plug my guitar in, and then to the Simplifier. All right. We're back. So Hothead. Still kind of thin. Let's see what happens when we stack the death metal pedal onto it. Feels like it lets you go a little shreddier. Still pretty noisy though. Let's cut that off. I'm gonna double check my tuning again. Let's see. I'm overdue for a string change on this guitar is probably part of what's happening with it there. This is what happens. I'll have to change the strings on this one here soon. And I'm in D standard. Alright, so we kind of heard what that sounds like. Let's do a little bit more experimenting if I adjust the level on the Hothead. It's not doing that much, I think it's all the way down. High. It's a little sharper. Not much duller than that though. A little muddier, a little slower with the low control. right, so it feels like the I'm gonna go ahead and switch to the blended setup here. So it feels to me like the EQ and the level, for that matter, on the death metal pedal are way more powerful than they are on the hothead, but you don't have the flexibility of being able to pull the gain out at all. But I'm also feeling like the hothead doesn't have the best application for that either. I haven't tried the Bad Monkey or the what's the other one, the Blues Screamer or whatever it is that they have in this line too. But if I get my hands on one of those, I will try that out too. So the order that I'm using here, the fact that the hothead is going into send and return A on my Old Blood Noise Endeavor signal blender, and I'm gonna put let's see, the death metal pedal on send and return B. That does not make a difference because they're not going to be running into each other. They're running side by side. You know, the signal is running to the hothead, coming back to this, and then the same signal, not the combined signal, is running to the death metal pedal and then coming back here. And then I'm even going to have the option to blend in a clean signal as well. So let's go ahead and get that going. This is all in frame. Close enough here. Let's see. Oh, and I gotta plug the guitar in. So the guitar is plugged into the input of the signal blender. Channel A is the hothead, channel B is the death metal pedal. Let me just do this. I'm gonna turn them both on. There we go. And then let's see if I can just do this and stack those on top of that. Yeah, that's a little clearer to see, you know, this stuff here. So let's see. That's nothing. That's your clean signal. I'll be using that again. Let's hear A. Let's see. Let's get some more gain. I'm going to try to get it to like what I would consider a semi-usable tone. And then let's do the same with channel B. We'll probably pull the level down a little bit. I think these kind of variable for right now. Pull the high out just a little bit. Not too much. Alright, now let's see what happens when I blend these two. So that's the death metal. And that's what the hot metal. Just the hothead. Add the death metal. Just the death metal. Add the hothead. Let's try inverting the phase. So that's definitely like out of phase. That's in phase. And it doesn't make a difference if I flip channel A or B. That's definitely like the way we want it. So to me, that's like a way better sound than we were getting stacking these two pedals into each other. And again, I'm just using this running into the front of the simplifier. It will make a difference if I'm in the effects loop or bypassing the front of it altogether there. But I think this is a much more usable tone than both of them stacked. And let's do something else. Let's add some clean tone into it. I know that seems counterintuitive. Did you hear that clean tone in there? You don't want it too high like this. Back, so it's just coming in the background. So that's actually pretty cool. Again, without the clip. It might not be good for the chuggy stuff like that, but definitely for adding some clarity to single note stuff. Or let's see what sweeping. So that's with the clean, without. Back to the clean. And, part of the reason the clean signal is jumping out like that is because these distorted sounds are basically like an extreme compression where you have the signal hitting the amp so hard that it's causing it to fuzz out and everything. And the clean is not compressed in that same way. So it can be more dynamic if you dig in a little bit more. It can kind of like jump out beyond the distorted sound. So just something to consider. You might not want to use that all the time, but that could be like a good way to I guess fill out the sound for a solo without having to boost the overall volume, just adding that clean sound into it there. So I'll go ahead and wrap this one up for today. I'm not going to try to make this polished, until it's a perfect studio sound there. But I hope that you get the idea of what you can do with these pedals. Again, it's two Digitechs that both came out around the same time. I think this is like their mid-level distortion, the hothead. I think that what is it that comes after this is the grunge pedal that's like between these two. So haven't tried that one yet, but would like to at some point as well. Let's go ahead and call it though, and thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon.